What's going on, guys? We got a Resistance Bomber preview article today, so we're going to talk about this. I would expect we're going to have, the TIE Silencer one coming out here very, very soon, because these guys are supposed to be hitting apparently before the movie, probably that same Thursday that the early previews start. That's certainly the expectation right now. Also with Wave 12 hitting the week prior, so early December is going to be a huge week for X-Wing. That's at least what it looks like right now. So hopefully, as long as all the trucks get their deliveries where they're supposed to be, and we don't have any more distributor problems like with, like we recently had. So I'm hoping everything actually comes out on the day it's supposed to come out. But yes. So we're going to take a look at some of these cards that they gave us. A trajectory simulator. You can launch bombs using the 5 template instead of dropping them. And you cannot launch bombs with the action header. So basically, bombs that you could drop, you can now project forward with a 5 forward. So you can shoot bombs out way in front of you. This is just nuts. And I think like the bomb game was already crazy enough. It just makes it even crazier. It's going to be a while. I would actually imagine, and whatever comes after this is going to completely nerf bombs into oblivion, because that's what happens. Like you ramp up on something and then all of a sudden it gets taken away. So I wouldn't be surprised. Next we get deflective plating, which is another bomb-tastic upgrade, right? It's for the BSF-17 bomber only. And it says when a friendly bomb detonates, you may choose not to suffer its effects. If you do, roll an attack die on a hit result, discard this card. So you still, even if you lose the plating, you still don't. So this means you can just ignore all friendly bombs and just hope you don't roll a hit. And then if you roll a hit, then you can't ignore all friendly bombs anymore. But that's really, really nice. Crossfire formation, the bomber only, and when defending, if there's at least one other friendly resistance ship at range 1 or 2 of the attacker, you may add a focus result to your roll. So this is actually the first card to reference resistance specifically as opposed to friendly ships. So interesting that it's covering resistance only ships. So looks like you cannot use this with like, Luke Skywalker, unless of course Luke Skywalker gets a resistance ship, which who knows what'll happen in the future. We haven't seen episode 8 yet. So that's interesting, and it's opening up a whole bunch of new stuff. I imagine we'll see stuff that's restricted to first order stuff as well. Advanced optics. Now it looks like we're probably going to also get this one in the TIE Silencer, but you cannot have more than 1 focus token during the end phase. Do not remove unused focus tokens from your ship. Do not use an unused focus token from your ship. So naturally, this just seems like it'd be a great fit for Poe. But it's just great if you want to save your actions, so you don't have to keep focusing over and over again. And only 2 points is pretty nice. We got ordnance silos, another bomber only. So everything here is like, a lot of stuff that's bomber only. When you equip this card, place 3 ordnance tokens on each other equipped bomb upgrade. When you are instructed to discard an upgrade card, you may discard an ordnance token instead of that. So, we've seen this mechanic already. But this one is, it's not taking a torpedo slot, it's taking a bomb slot, and it's specific to this one, so you can't do this. Sorry, Andrasta, you can't just put this on everything else. But there you go. Like, definitely making this a dedicated bomber, especially when it can launch those bombs. That's just nuts. We got a pilot here, and we get to take a closer look at the card here. It's got the 2 primary weapon turret. So it can shoot all around, but not not terribly strong. And 2 is good for a turret. It seems like if you're going to be able to have that shoot anywhere, better not be a 3. And then only 1 agility, but we're getting 12 hull altogether, or 12 hit points. So 3 shields and 9 hull. 27 points for our Crimson Specialist. When placing a bomb token you dropped after revealing the maneuver dial, you may place the bomb token anywhere in the play area touching your ship, which is great if you got the armor plating and then you can just ignore friendly bombs. So that's interesting, great, but it's only pilot skill 4, so you never know if you're going to be able to, and he doesn't have the EPT, so you can't make him up to a 6. But hey, what do you? That's not bad. That's not bad. There's a lot of possibilities with this one. And then we get Crimson Leader. I hate that they're doing these whole color leader names. It's gonna be a real disappointment to me if episode 8 comes out and like all the people who are piloting bombers are like principal characters, like Rose pilots a bomber and somebody else named Flip McGivens pilots a bomber, and he ends up being like a really important character, and you're like, crap, we should have had him. You know, if Snap Wexley's in a bomb, you know, so then we have to come back and have like the bomber heroes of the bomber resistance, and then, you know, 5 more bomber expansions to get all the named pilots out. That's going to drive me nuts. But here's Crimson Leader, PS7. When attacking, if the defender is inside your firing arc, you may spend a hit or crit result to assign the rattled condition to the defender. And we get a copy of this rattled condition here. So when you suffer damage from a critical, when you suffer damage from or critical damage from a bomb, you suffer 1 additional critical damage. Then remove this card. That's nasty. And the action is roll an attack die on a, you know, it's pretty easy to remove this condition, but you know, if you can time this to go with some other bombs, it's nasty. Especially if somebody, if you're hitting a high pilot skill person that might, you know, might not be able to, might not want to spend their action to do this. I don't know. So there's definitely ways to potentially try to combo it, or if you can maybe stress somebody out so that they don't get their action, ionize somebody, stress, you know. But all it's really going to give you is 1 extra critical damage. So it's not the biggest thing in the world. Now, if you also were on the Fantasy Flight forums earlier today, I guess this has already landed, and some people have managed to get early access to this expansion. So there's some spoilers here. We got like the rest of the pilots. Of course, we just got the named pilots already. You know, but the other thing here is that you can get our PS1, who's just at 25 points. And then you've got Cobalt Leader here, and this is just screen captures from what was posted on the forums. But when attacking, if the defender's at range 1 of a bomb token, the defender rolls 1 or fewer, 1 fewer defense dice to a minimum of 0. So that's pretty nasty as well. He seems like he's exceedingly nasty. So there's that, and then they also gave us the dial for this thing. So it looks like we got the 0 stop, which is interesting. And we have, you know, we can go up as far as 3 forward, so not particularly maneuverable. We've got the hard 2 turn. We've got a hard 1 turn, but that's red. And it looks like it's hard to tell if the 1 banks are green or if they're white, because it looks like the right one is green, but the left one is white. So I think it's just an artifact of the screen cap. But all in all, not a terribly great dial, but it doesn't really need to be that great of a dial. But yeah, so that's our preview today, guys. So I expect a silencer one coming up any day now. So it might be next week, but they might try to get them all out before Thanksgiving, which is tomorrow. So I'd like to wish all of you a happy Thanksgiving. Today is the last day to get painting contest submissions in. So if you haven't already, check out Crabbok.com. A lot of new submissions we've had in the last day or two. So just check it all the time. There's lots of good ones, and I will be coming to you this sometime after Thanksgiving this weekend, probably, with the winners. So stay tuned for that. Make sure you are a subscriber. Leave a comment in the description below. You can still enter to win the door prize, $20 gift card for Miniature Market. And click the little bell for alerts so you don't miss the winners announcement. That's going to be a big deal. So thank you guys so much for watching, and have a great day.